7 on ABC. We've jumped over to ESPN. We will be here till the top of the hour when SportsCenter takes over. It's Inside the NBA. It's presented by McDonald's. Ernie Johnson with Charles Barkley, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. Detroit Pistons come back from 3-1 down and knock off the Orlando Magic, just as they did way back when? Back in, 2003? Yeah. Cade Cunningham ready to go against Paolo Banchero and the Magic. And early on, you wondered how they would come out given how bad that second half was in Game 6.
Well, one of them came out.
Yes, he did.
The other did not, Ernie.
He scored their first 11 points.
Yeah, Paolo came out, and he tried to compete, but he had no help. But this, to me, was expected. Detroit was going to win this game.
Cade Cunningham connects another 30-point game. He had 4 of those in the series, and Jalen Duren had his first double-double. We've been waiting for that. Cunningham again at 32 and 12 on the day.
So was this guy spectacular.
He tried to will his team to win.
Game tied at 45. And
this guy willed his team to win.
Boy.
Tobias Harris.
Oh, did he ever.
Call home. Night.
20-6 finish to the second quarter.
That was the game right there, right before the half, Ernie.
With his change of pace right here is second to none right there.
Detroit running away and Cade just piling it on. Danis Jenkins for good measure at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, who he play for?
Danis Jenkins has had a breakthrough season. Guy who was on a 2-way contract.
What's his first name?
Danis.
Danis.
Yeah, you like that name.
I got excited. I thought it was sweet.
Not Danish.
Danish, okay, my bad.
102-86. Orlando was trying to hang around, but there's Tobias Harris there. And they can celebrate at Little Caesars Arena. 116-94. The Detroit Pistons come back from that 3-1 deficit, get their first series win since 2008.
Wow.
And now await the winner of the Toronto-Cleveland Game 7 to see who they will host in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Kenny, your takeaway from what you saw from Detroit today, again, at home, and just that second quarter run just was like, I know you're thinking about it, Orlando, but it ain't happening.
It was a comfortability in making shots. I didn't think the defense was, in Game 6, was too extreme on either end. I just thought guys were not making shots after people made plays. So there are guys who make plays like Paolo and Cade, and when they make the play to make it for someone else, can you deliver on a shot that is a contested but pretty much open? Today, the Detroit Pistons with Jenkins and Tobias Harris was super at that. And then the one thing that Tobias Harris does, he creates a double team. I think for the first time in the series, he was so consistent in the post that they had to double team him as well. So all of a sudden you have Cade and you have Tobias Harris. That was just way too much for the Orlando Magic, who was only getting baskets from one player.
Yeah, Tobias Harris, season high. Didn't have 30 at all in the regular season, but he had it today when they needed it most.
Yeah, the reason why I've been so high on the others because, throughout my career, the others have saved me many times. And, other had a fantastic game today. I knew when he hit that double pump shot in the corner that he was going to be hot. He played excellent. He took a lot of pressure off Cade, and he just played well. And when the other is playing like that, and you're at home and the crowd's into the game, there's not much you can do. They gave it away right before halftime, but he continued to play so well. And once the fire started, it was nothing they can do with that. But Tobias.
And this team that was the worst three-point shooting team in the playoffs goes 16 for 33. Today.
Yeah, I thought this was a foregone conclusion before the game. When you're up 3-1 and have a chance at home but don't close it out, the Pistons were playing with house money today. Give Tobias credit. He played great. Because my biggest problem with the Pistons all year, can they score enough? Cade's obviously fantastic. The one who surprised me and disappointed me was Jalen Duren. But Tobias played great pretty much every game. and he stepped it up another level today. But, man, once they got back to Game 7 at home, you knew there was no way the Magic were going to win that game today. I never thought they had a chance today, because if you lose that game, not the fact that they lost it, Ernie, how they lost it. All losses are not the same. When you go
27 out of 28 misses.
Yeah, and then
And you have a 24-point lead.
you have a 20-point in a closeout game. And listen, if it wasn't for Banchero, they would have beaten by 100.
Well, let's see what Jamal Mosley has to say after the Magic eliminated in 7 by Detroit. Let me ask you this: as the number 1 seed, when you fall down 3-1, how much heat are you feeling?
You know, I think part of this group is we do a really good job of just staying in the moment. You know, our staff has been preaching to us all year is, you know, eliminate all the noise, all the chaos on the outside, and just be ready to play basketball. We knew when we fell 3-1 that those games we lost, we weren't ourselves out there. So we just stayed with it. Internally, we had the belief that we were going to come back in the series. And we just chopped it all the way down. By every quarter, we have to win. And I thought Coach JB and all these guys, our whole team came together and really had this goal of coming back in the series, and we were able to do it. Spectacular for us as a team, but we know there's more work to do.
Tobias, I consider you a great other. I played with a lot of great others: Rick Fox, B. Shaw, GP, James Posey, Big Shot Bob. Certain times, especially in crucial games, they would come to me and say, "Big dog, I'm going to be ready today." Did you go to Cade before the game and say, "Cade, I know a lot of pressure on you. If you kick that thing to me in the corner, I will be ready for you today"?
Most definitely. I mean, he knows that from me on a regular. And for myself, it's just being ready, staying in the moment, taking advantage of what the defense gives me out there. And, you know, the biggest thing is just doing whatever I can to help this group win. So we know, obviously, Kay's our guy, and he's been tremendous for us all series long and just making big shots and making big plays. But myself, Danish Jenkins, JD tonight, we had a lot of guys step up there and give big efforts for us to win this game.
You know, you played great, honestly, the entire series. Obviously, you exploded today. Did you feel physically that you had an advantage with your size? Because you played great every game. Obviously, you went crazy today. But did you think you were really aggressive this entire series? Did you think you had a size advantage?
I mean, they're a big team, but at the same time, I know when I get guys who are smaller on me, especially in the post, they're not growing. So I know I could raise up and get my shot off, and I know that really just using my instincts out there and seeing how they play defense and finding ways to put the ball in the basket for us as a group is what I've done my whole career, just being in a great situation in the moment now to showcase it. And I just think the way that we play, our energy defensively, offensively is huge for us. So it was a great series for us as a team to really grow and learn as well. So we're excited to move on and get ready for the next round.
You talk about mental fortitude, Tobias, what you showed today, because, you know, the narrative would have been, oh, Game 7, let's see what Tobias does this time. And then all of a sudden, what was that mental approach from going from your last Game 7 to this Game 7 with Detroit?
Well, you talking about the last one where I didn't score?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what everybody was
coming.
saying.
I knew I was coming ready today. I was coming ready today. Don't get it twisted. I was coming ready today.
Exactly.
No, for sure. I mean, listen. I had time, obviously, to reflect on that, and you know, like, I just knew for us to win, this team needs me to be assertive and aggressive, and all series long, just continue to shoot the basketball. I put in tremendous amount of hours and work on my game. I study this game like no other, and I just knew that you got to go out there and leave it all out there. So. To what you said, yeah, for sure. I knew what time it was.
Tobias, last question for all the kids that aspire to be like you. When you put the 3 by your head and you act like you was talking on the phone, can you explain what that means?
Yeah, it's real simple. It's like this, and then I'm on the phone. I'm calling.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it.
So, yeah,
okay.
Got it?
Okay. All right, I appreciate you.
All right. Well, give us a call next round then. Give us a call next
you
round.
already know. Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Hey, Tobias, thank you very much, man. Good luck next round.
You know,
I was like, I know he knew that he had 0 points in Game 7. I just didn't want to go there like that.
I was telling Kenny in the back, I says, man, this is interesting. And he's, what do you mean? I says, you know, that last Game 7 in Philly, he played 36 minutes and didn't score. And they were pissed in Philly. And then they come back and have a Game 7 like he did today. That was really pretty cool.
And to have that kind of veteran presence on this team, he and Duncan Robinson lead that team in playoff appearances. This was the 74th game for him, but he brings that factor.
Yeah, you know, I mentioned him, all the guys who I played with, but, you know, I can remember those guys just coming and saying, hey, I didn't play well last series. Last time we had a Game 7, I didn't play well last game. I'm going to be ready for you, big dog. And, you know, as much as we marvel over Cade Cunningham, he was definitely the difference tonight, and I'm glad he played like that. And, you know, Chuck has already told him he's actually been playing well the whole series. I haven't seen him play a long stretch of games like that in a long time, so kudos to him.
So they get either Toronto or Cleveland here in the next round. Do you think once you get through that first round, and you tell me as guys who have been there, if you feel like, okay, we're the #1 seed, we're supposed to win this, okay, this, does it free you up a little bit once you get past that first round?
No. They're going to have to find a way to score. They're not scoring. Like, even that last game they won, they only scored 91 points, Ernie. They exploded today. And, you got to score. The way the NBA is today, I think Toronto's a better matchup for them. But if you play the Cavaliers, you're going to have to score. Because Donovan can score, James can score, the two big boys can score. Like, they are a really good defensive team. But if you saw in this series, Tobias got to keep it going. They got to find a way to get Duran going. Like, he can't be single digits in 6 out of 7 games.
Needs more 15 and 15s like today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but like I say, basketball to me, I tell you, like, are they freed up? Man, they were down 3-1 a week ago, so don't act like they gangbusters. They going to have to find a way to score. They got to give Cade some help, plain and simple.
I would agree with what the philosophy is, but in terms of a mental, yes. Because you are the 1 seed, and this is kind of the first time that you've been the hunted. You've been seeking to be this position, and didn't realize that it comes with responsibility of excellence. And so now they've found some excellence. Then you have 2 or 3 days, home, and the next game is back at home. So you're not on the road and you could focus in a little bit. It is, to me, just a pressure release mentally and saying, and every series is different. Duran didn't play well against them, against Carter. But he may play well against whoever's guarding him next series. He might have the advantage. So I think that every series is different and every matchup is different.
The true answer to your question, Ernie, is yes. Because we won, now we can forget about it. I got 2 days to rest and reset my brain and figure out who we're playing. And then the first game is going to be a feel-out game to see